Hi everyone, welcome to Freehandly Made AU Crochet. You're hanging out with me here in beautiful Sky, Montana, Big Sky, Montana. The skies are absolutely gorgeous. Look at my hair. What is going on right here? What is that? My hair's going rogue. The older I get, the more rogue it gets. I might need to do a style change, like cut my hair a little shorter and something. I don't know. Look at all that gray. Ooh. I'm wearing my wisdom. Anyway, no, the skies are perfectly, very few clouds, bright, bright blue. It's so pretty. It's so pretty here. I will say that. It is pretty here. How is everybody doing today? I've got this I'm working on. This is the baby blanket, the Niese Love Baby Blanket, designed by my friend Angie from My Precious Yarnery. She's based in Canada, for those of you that don't know. No, you behave. I love you, but you behave. This is not yours. Monster puppy. Anyway, she's based in Canada, and I think I am on row. I'm having a hard time figuring out how many rows I have. I think I'm finishing row 52. I think. Niese did not use stitch markers like she should have. And so I'm going to have to count very carefully. I'm supposed to do 72 rows. So I am going to put a border on it. Just a single crochet border, because I don't want the border to take away from this, because I'm going to be putting a giraffe right here in the corner. Isn't it pretty? I love the colors. It's so jungle looking. All right, I'm going to put this away, because we all know, unlike many of you, Niese cannot crochet while I'm on a live. All right, so first and foremost, y'all, today is a special day. Today is my mama's birthday. My mom is in the chat as we speak. She is Taz and Niese's mom. That is her handle name on YouTube. She got a little raccoon icon because she loves raccoons. But today is her birthday. So if you guys could shower my mom with birthday emojis, that would be wonderful. I got to have a nice little conversation with my mama this morning. We talked about all kinds of things. Some of the things I'm not ready to talk with you guys about. And yes, it is a health update, but you guys will get that later. You guys will get that when I get more answers. You all know that I had to cancel the Treehouse Crew live yesterday because I had to go. Oh my gosh, y'all, I had to fast. It was so hard because I'm a midnight snacker. And then when I got to the lab, I stood out in the hall for 35 minutes before I even got checked in. And then I got the last seat in the lobby, and I sat there for another 30 minutes before the lab work got done. It was packed. I have never seen our lab that packed. But I forgot, it's Memorial Day weekend, and the lab was going to be closed on Saturday, and it's usually not. It's usually open today, and they were going to be closed. Obviously, they're always closed on Sunday, but they were going to be closed today, and they're going to be closed on Monday, and that's unusual for them. So everybody was in the valley was rushing in to get their labs done before their appointments next week, right? Anyway, so the lab work came back really fast. I got the news yesterday afternoon, and the news was not good. Mr. Handsome, I took a nice stroll down to the pond. We sat down on the bench next to the pond, and we looked over the pond, and we talked about a lot of things that are going to have to possibly change. We talked about all the scenarios, anything that could possibly happen, what that would mean, and we kind of just decided to prep ourselves for the next doctor's appointment. Now, will the news affect my hysterectomy? No, it will not. Thank goodness. I can still have my surgery. It's not going to affect that. But I digress. I cannot take Tylenol. I absolutely cannot take ibuprofen. I have to drink a lot of water, preferably up to 80 ounces. I have not been able to make it up to 80 ounces, y'all. I have not been able to do that. I've been able to get to 64 ounces, and that's pretty much as I've been able to get to. And a lot of it's just behavioral. I'm not used to just constantly drinking on something. You know what I mean? And especially at work, my little autistic brain kicks in and my little ADHD brain kicks in, and I get hyper focused on something, and I don't even know what's going on around me, much less remember to pick this up and drink from it. Anyway, you guys will get an update when I have more answers. So just keep praying, please. Hey, Sherry. Hi, Terry. And Bonnie. Who else is in here? Hang on. I'm still y'all still don't have a mouse for this laptop. It's driving me insane. Let me see if I can get this to work for me. I want to scroll up, but I can't get it to scroll up. There we go. Let's see. Zach. Hi, Zach. Zach, I missed your live. I'm so sorry. Had a rough day yesterday, and I was in bed. I was in bed when you were live, so I'm going to have to catch you on replay, my sweet friend. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Dawn Aaron. Hi, Jennifer. How are you, Jennifer? Hi, Denise E. Hi, MommaSwift. I'm fixing to show some stuff, so I'll let you know when I'm fixing to show so you can look up. You like my hair, Denise E? I get the silver from my mama. I do. Her hair's like this. Her whole head is this color right here, this really pretty white. My mom's got some gorgeous hair, you guys. I hope that my gray will continue to come in like this. It's getting there. Let's see. Hi, Leslie. I want to make sure I don't miss anybody in here. I hate when I miss people. It's one of my pet peeves I have for myself. Okay, I think I got everybody. If I missed you in the chat, just type in bold so I can see you. I'm on my StreamYard. I'm not on the YouTube side. So, Bonnie, guess what I got in the mail? I got unicorn colorway yarn. I did. I wish I had more gray. Mine is just enough to make my dark hair look lighter. Well, that's not too bad. How do you type in bold? Oh, I mean all caps. You know, like all caps, big letters. Anyway, do y'all want to see my luck of the draw blankets and where I've gotten to? I finished week 6. Do y'all want to see? Y'all want a sneak peek? I'm actually going to do a video. And I was like, should I just wait and do the video? I'm like, well, no, because I've already tagged everything about the luck of the draw and the Niese Love Blanket in this live. They're going to want a sneak peek. MommaSwift says yes in all caps. Look, she typed bold. Okay. So I got to week 6. Now, y'all, listen, I'm on luck of the draw 10 because Niese is behind. But I did put the link to the luck of the draw 11 video in the chat so that some of you that want to do the most current one can go ahead and hop on there real quick and get caught up. So just know Niese's behind. So this is my luck of the draw 10, which means my numbers are going to be different than your numbers. Okay. So I finished week 6 and let's see. Let me get this one out. Hi, Heidi. How are you? Hi, Manuela. How are you, sweetie? Good to see you. Everyone's like, yes, we want to see. Okay, I'm going to back up just a little bit because the blankets are obviously getting bigger. So my week 6 ended up being the color Sage for the Marshmellow Kiss. I think this is my favorite side. I have a favorite side for the Marshmellow Kiss blanket. So this is it. It's coming out really nice, don't you think? So pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Isn't that pretty? It's coming out very very spring-like colors. You know what I mean? Like it's coming out very spring looking. You love it, MommaSwift? I'm pretty sure this one's going to end up, I think this one is going to end up a Boggy Creek. I think this one's going to be the right size. I actually had it reversed. I thought this one was going to turn out to be too big. My puppy monster is in the pasture. Hang on one second, you guys. I have to scream for just a second. He's like a little kid. He wanders off too far. Come on, sweetie. I know you're having fun in the pasture, but I need you over here where I can see you. He's a ranch dog. What do you want, you know? He's like, I'm playing, Mom. Leave me alone. Anyway, so I have 3 more weeks and this will be done. And I'm pretty sure, MommaSwift, this is going to be just the right size for Boggy Creek. And then the other one that I thought was going to be the one for Boggy Creek. See, I thought this was going to be for Watson's because I thought it was going to be too big for Boggy Creek. The other one's bigger. And it's not even a yarn eater. It's just your traditional granny stitch square blanket. But it's bigger. I think it's bigger because of the way I'm doing the colors, the color work. So this actually is blanket 1. I just showed you blanket 2. So this is blanket 1. I'm gonna have to stand up. Hang on. So you guys can get a good look at it. Blanket 2. Isn't that pretty? Look at the colors. So my week 6 color for blanket 1 was turquoise. And now some of this yarn is Red Heart, some of this yarn is Big Twist, and some of this yarn is Loops and Threads. So whatever, just depending on what color I had and what brand of yarn. So they are pretty colors. And MommaSwift, you all in the chat are the ones that picked the colors. I didn't even pick the colors. I just took the colors out of the cup, which was really fun, you guys. I want to do that again. So once I get done with these, I have a couple of other projects that I need to get finished. And so I'm thinking, I think the next time I'll be able to do Luck of the Draw will be Luck of the Draw 12. And I really want you guys to pick colors again. And actually, I have colors still in the cup. I have plenty of colors still in the cup. But you guys may have a different color you might want to throw in there that wasn't in there before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the cup and I'm going to let you guys know what all the colors were. And then if somebody has a different color they want to throw in the cup, as long as I have the color in my stash, then I can use it. So I came across that problem with this. I had to do a different color because I didn't have rust red. And that was the color that I had chosen out of the cup. So I had to redraw out of the cup and come and do a color that I actually had in my stash. Because the point of Luck of the Draw is not to buy yarn. It's to use your stash. There's the teenager in the background. He just woke up. I'm going to have to feed him. I'll feed you, bud, once I get done, okay? His hair is all kinds of cray because he just woke up. We were up late last night watching The Rookie. That's kind of what little man and I do on Friday night. We watch The Rookie. Hey, Joy. No, I have not seen any yet, but that doesn't mean they're not here. It just, our bears tend to come out in the evening after the sun really starts going down. You don't really see them during the day.
If we see a bear, most of the time the people here, when they see a bear, we either run Or pull out their shotgun and shoot it.
No, they don't. They
Yes, they
walk
do.
back in their houses slowly, or sometimes they'll beat on a pan because black bears don't like noise.
Grandpa shot the bear.
Yeah, but that's because he went to Alaska and he went hunting for that bear.
No.
That was a purposeful situation. My father-in-law, he was an avid hunter, and anything that they hunted went to the tribes. And the tribes used, did you know, man, even in Alaska, the tribes up in Alaska, they literally use every single part of the animal. Nothing goes to waste. It's amazing. Anyway, moving right along. Hang on one second. Sorry about that. Okay, so I loved how you picked out of the cup. It was fun. It was. I liked it too, MommaSwift. And I'm definitely going to do it again. It was a lot of fun. It was fun because everybody was involved in it. It wasn't just me picking out colors. And it made it, I mean, it's already a surprise and fun when you're picking out the numbers, but also picking out the colors. You just don't know what the blanket's going to look like because you don't know what color you're going to pick out of the cup. I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it. And I'm definitely going to do it again. So Bonnie says, we got bears here. I tell you, I see a bear. I'll never go out of the house. LOL. I haven't seen one up close here where we're at. But like I said, we're usually in the cabin when the sun goes down. We don't tend to, sometimes we may hang out on the porch during the summer, but because during the summer, the sun doesn't go down until midnight here. I mean, literally the sun is up and doesn't even start to go down until around midnight. And then it goes down really quick. It's really crazy. It's weird. We do have grizzlies here, Joy. We do. And you do have to be careful. But I will tell you, most bears tend to not like anywhere where there's people. So we don't tend to really have an issue. But even with that said, we're still cautious, because we're up in the mountain. We're not down in we're not down in town. We're up here in the mountain. This is where all the ranches are. So you just have to be diligent. You have to pay attention to your surroundings, especially when it's getting dusk and the sun's starting to go down. That's when you really need to pay attention. Midnight, where do you live, may I ask? I'm in Big Sky, Montana. I'm in the Bitterroot Mountains. And yeah, so our son stays up really, really late during the summer. Like I said, I have blackout curtains on my windows during the summer. Actually, I have them up during the winter too, because it gets so cold here, and it helps insulate the cabin. But yeah, it's at 11 o'clock at night. It's daylight. Like you think it's 5 o'clock in the evening at 11 o'clock at night here. It's pretty crazy. I'm used to it now. Hi, Sanita. Hi, my sweet friend. How are you? Girl, I love those little cactuses. And the one with the pink lips, you need to name it Queen Sandra. You do. Clink, clink, hydrate. Hi, Crystal DC. How are you? I was hanging out with her just a minute ago over at Michelle's. That was a fun live. I really enjoyed hanging out at Michelle's today. She was live at 9 a.m. my time. I think she's DC. Is Michelle Eastern time zone? I don't remember. I met Michelle through Dawn Aaron and through Sharon. That's how I met Michelle. The first time I ever met her and saw her was when she was on their panel. I would like that. The sun makes people happy. Yes, it's got great vitamin D. There's Sway. Sway, I believe it's Friends, Friends, I believe. She's Central. Okay, so she's just an hour ahead of me. Is Nightbot even working right now? I haven't seen him pop up. Try the word friend, Sway, and see if Nightbot works. I haven't seen him pop up. Oh, he's working. There you go. Y'all go check out Sway. All right, so she is Central. Why did I think she was Eastern? I don't know why I thought she was in the Eastern time zone. Perfect. Okay, so Y'all know how I was just dying to get my hands on some Galaxy Bitty Stripes and some Unicorn Bitty Stripes. Well, the Galaxy came back in stock. And I got 3 skeins of it. And I am not disappointed. It's so neat. It reminds me of, you know how like when you've worn jeans for a really long time and they get really, really faded, you get those really nice classic faded looking jeans. That's what this yarn kind of reminds me of. And it does remind me of, I mean, the colorway name for this yarn is perfect, Galaxy. It reminds me of a faded Aurora Borealis as it's starting to go away. That's what this yarn reminds me of now that I've got it in my hands. So this is it. And once again, the picture on the website does not do this yarn any justice. But see the faded black? I love that faded black. And you've got that faded magenta purplish color. And you've got the teal in there. And then the bright blue. This is gorgeous. I really like this. Is going to be fun to make a blanket with. I hope 3 skeins is going to be enough. 3 skeins should be enough. This is not going to be a baby blanket. This is going to be a big kid blanket. So if I run out of a skein, well, hopefully it'll be in stock and I'll just order some more. And then this is probably going to be, I don't know if this is going to, I don't think I'm going to make this into a baby blanket. I think I'm going to make this into like a little kid blanket. Like this is going to be like an older kid blanket. This is going to be like, you know, like my son's age, like 12 and up kind of situation. This, oh my goodness, this, I would love to make something for my granddaughter with this yarn. My granddaughter loves unicorns. And this yarn would be right up her alley. I'm going to have to get more of this and make her something. I need to make my grandson something too, but my grandson's not into these colors. He's into like bright reds, bright oranges, bright purple, bright blue. He likes those kind of colors. But this is the unicorn. This is unicorn mane. This would be great for amigurumi for the curly cues. That several unicorn amigurumis that I've seen on YouTube so far, they have that curly cue hair coming out of the top of their hair for their mane. Wouldn't that make a great mane? It's gorgeous. This is going to make a really gorgeous blanket. So far, you guys, I'm not, I'm going to be honest. I'm not a big Red Heart Super Saver fan. I'm not, because I never know if it's going to be scratchy or not, because it's not, Red Heart tends to not be consistent. So, like I got their art colorways, and one of the colorways was Monet, and I can't remember what the other colorway is, but the Monet, which I haven't done anything with yet, that one's soft. But the other colorway that I made that Happy Hats hat for, I'm gonna be honest, I had a hard time making that hat, because for what it's the same brand and it's the same colorway line. And that yarn was scratchy, but the Monet one's not. So that's what I mean about Red Heart being inconsistent. So I'm not a huge fan. And I've had, like, I love the Red Heart ombre yarns, but here's the kicker. You can get the same colorway and one skein is soft, like the jazzy pink one. You get one skein that's soft, and then the same exact colorway, the next skein, same lot number, the next skein is scratchy. Like it, or one skein is like the yarn is nice and, you know, like a really nice 408. Same colorway, same yarn, and the next skein, and all of a sudden it seems like it's thinner. Who was that? Something fell. I don't know what fell, but it got my attention. Me. Oh, well, that was you? Okay. Anyway, so that's why I'm not a big Red Heart fan, but so far I checked all 3 skeins of this. I've checked all 3 skeins of this, and all the other bitty stripe yarns that I got from Walmart. They all feel the same. They're all the same thickness. I'm a huge fan of this yarn. Huge fan. I love this yarn. Love it. There's a couple other colors that I want that I am going to get when I get paid the colorway Seaweed. Have you guys seen the Bitty Stripe Seaweed colorway in person? Because it looks great on the website. Hi, Jamie's Hooked. How are you? It's been a hot minute since I've seen you. How have you been? Let me see if I can get this to scroll up. I've been yakking and not paying attention to the chat. I'm so sorry. I'm so excited about this yarn. Let's see. DC says, yeah, I may have 2 skeins of Red Heart left sitting in my yarn room after learning other brands. I was done. Yeah. It's just not consistent. Bonnie said, that one does not scream unicorn, but I'm going to get it because of the name LOL. I think it screams unicorn. I do. Look, it's really gorgeous. I can see this being made into a mane, a unicorn mane. The colors are beautiful. I love the colors. It should be more you think unicorn should be more pastel? I used to have my Pretty Ponies as a kid, and I always had the ones, and they had the unicorn line. I don't know if you remember those, Bonnie, but I always got the ones that were really bright colors, not the pastel colors. Hi, Catherine. How are you? You're watching from Alberta. Well, welcome. I hope you enjoy your time here in Montana, hanging out with me. It is a pretty rainbow. Hi, Lydia. How are you, sweetheart? You need that unicorn yarn in your life? Well, Bonnie, it's not on sale right now, but it does go on sale quite often. So just keep checking Yarn Inspirations for the sale so you save a little money. Blues are the best. You like this one? You like the Galaxy? It is really pretty. It's very pretty. I love it. Love it, love it. Manuela, your favorite yarn is the Bitty Stripes? You got to Michelle's late, Bonnie? I did too. I got to her late as well. I was eating breakfast. Let's see. Joyce says, I have more daylight. Is nice, though. They changed the time here and we lost 1 hour. We lost an hour too, but because of where we live, Joy, daylight stays up and running for a while. Like even now when it's not quite summer yet, at 8 o'clock at night, it's still daylight outside. Now it's like bright like it is right now. At 8 o'clock at night, it's more like, I would say more like a 6 o'clock at night kind of situation. And then by 10, the sun is down. So let's see. What do we got going on? Let me catch up with the chat really quick. You're hanging in there, Jamie. Me too, honey. Me too. Hanging in there by my fingernails. I'm doing well, Lydia. I'm doing okay. I'm not going to complain. You remember the My Little Ponies? Man, I had a big collection of them. Bonnie says, you should see my house. I've been collecting unicorns for 47 years. They're bright pastel colors. Okay. I think I've seen some of your unicorns on your back wall that you have. Let's see. Rainbow dash of the new My Little Pony colors was very vibrant. Yes, it was very vibrant. Can't talk today. Yeah, so you remember DC. Did you have some of those? I loved mine. I don't know whatever happened to them though. You know, when you're a military kid and you move every 4 years, things tend to go missing. So there's Zoila. Hi, Zoila. Girl, you're never late. You get here when you can get here. You know that. There's my Ola Joe. Blanket Hello was crocheting and on a break, about to record. Ooh, you're going to be dropping a video. Let's see. I don't see some of the chat that you are reading, and I have it on all messages. Huh, that's weird. Try refreshing your screen, Heidi. And make sure, well, you said you're on all chat. That is really strange. I don't know why that's doing that to you. Yeah, I'm hanging in there, Ola Joe. I'm hanging in there. I'm counting the days until July 16th for sure. Yep. So July 16th is my surgery, and I am counting the days. Thank you, Lydia. All the prayers I can get. And I do feel the prayers, you guys. I really do. Olivia has about 50 My Little Ponies. I saved them. They're all in her old diaper bag stored. Oh, you got to bust them things out and put them on display. You loved yourself some My Little Ponies? I did too. I loved my collection. I did. I had fun with those. I did. I had a lot of fun. There's Donnie. You love my cabin. We love the cabin too. We're really blessed that my father-in-law allowed us to take over the ranch and live in this cabin and make it home. You don't do ponies or Pegasus, just the unicorns. I understand. I was telling people the last live, I think you were at work, Bonnie, how much you loved unicorns. There's Gemma. Hugs, little sis in the UK. Hugs, my friend. And there's Terry. I have plans with that yarn that Terry gifted to me from Dawn Aaron's podcast. Matter of fact, I'm going to get started on, I think I'm going to get started on that black and white and gray yarn. I'm going to make some hats for Happy Hats. I got to get some more hats made. I got to take a break from the blankets on Sunday and at least get one hat done. Maybe two. I don't know. We'll see. I'm a slow crocheter, so we'll see. My golden retriever is tearing up a log. Silly dog. You can barely see him, but he's right there. You see him? He turned 1 year old today. He has the same birthday as my mom. He turned 1 year old today. Oh, he is something else, y'all. Ooh, that was a big bee. Go away. Why do you always like to hum around me? All right. You're doing good, Gemma. I'm glad to hear that. He's doing good. He's 13 now, Jamie. He's 13 and he's eating us out of house and home, man. He has a little tapeworm. He's counting down till the end of school. He's looking forward to his summer break. Bonnie says there's no place you can go in her house without seeing a unicorn. And she has boxes of unicorns stored away that she doesn't have room for in her house. Hey, Jennifer made unicorn slippers. You can have them if they fit. Did you see that, Bonnie? You want some unicorn slippers? She's willing to gift them to you. Bonnie already has unicorn slippers, about 4 pairs. 4 pairs of unicorn slippers. Yes, girl. He has grown since I've last seen you. And he's gotten tall. He's gotten tall, but he's still, like this. And so finding pants that fit him correctly has been a challenge, especially the cotton sweatpants that he loves to wear so much. Carpenter bees, time to find his hole and fill it in with foam and dowel rod. Actually, that one is... That might be a carpenter bee. I don't know. Usually they hang out in the bushes. They're in the bushes. I don't think that one's a carpenter bee. I think that was a honeybee. Our honeybees look a little different here in Montana. They're not they're not quite as big and fat. The thing we have a problem with here is not carpenter bees. What we have a problem with is the black carpenter ants. We have to have the deck and around the porch sprayed several times during the year. I'm trying to look at it to see what kind of bee. We got two to three different type of bees on our ranch, and then we also have different types of wasps, but so far I haven't seen a wasp yet. But then again, it's probably because we had our pest control guy do his normal spring spray. So hopefully we can keep them a little more under control than last year. We try not to spray too much because we don't want to hurt the bees, and we don't want to hurt the wasp too much either. We just don't want them on our porch, because the wasp, they handle a lot of our other insects that we don't want. And so we don't want to kill them all off because they're beneficial. So yeah, a year old. I know. It seems like yesterday we got the golden retriever puppy, and I can't believe he's already 12 months. Let's see. Gemma says their summer break is already here. It's July 19th through September 5th. Little man gets out of school on June 11th. Thank you for telling my mom happy birthday. She's going to be going out to dinner with her friend, and they're going to have a nice meal, and then they're going to go to Brahms to get some, I think she said sundae. I think my mom's going to get a hot fudge sundae. I told my mom this morning I was jealous because the restaurant that's over by their house, by my mom's house in the town she lives, it's called the Feedlot. Man, they got some good food there. They have good food there. Let's see. I'm going to scroll down. Jennifer and Bonnie are still talking about those slippers. In Tennessee, if it's a fat bumblebee looking, it's a carpenter bee. Yeah, this one wasn't really fat. He wasn't too fat. He was kind of a medium kind of bee. He looked like a honeybee to me. And we do have a lot of honeybees here. We have a lot of honeybees here. Like during the spring, once spring hits and they really start making that honey, you can get local honey here with no problem. We have an overflowing amount of local honey here. And we do have bee farms here too, because for whatever reason, the bees, the honeybees here, they just thrive. I don't know if it's the temperatures, because our temperatures aren't as hot as down south. I don't know. We're not as humid as some of the other states. I don't know what it is about Montana, but we got some good honey here, and because of the honeybees. Spring break hasn't started here yet either. We've already had our spring break. We're just counting down to summer break now. Counting down to summer break. Jennifer says she's told Bonnie to send her address and she'll get them out in the mail. Very nice, Bonnie. Let's see. The boys got out of school yesterday. Yep, we start school later than you guys do. We have a lot of well, we're a ranch community, right? So we usually start school after the county fair. We have a lot of FFA kids here, and we have a lot of what's it called? It's called for something. Oh my gosh, my brain is not connecting the dots. We have another organization here. And they raise goats, and they some of them even raise cows, pigs, you name it, and then they show them at the county fair, and they compete. And so 4-H, I knew it would come to me. 4-H club. So we have 4-H here, and we have FFA here, and it's huge. And then a lot of them are ranch kids, and so they're having to help their parents get, the pastures ready and other farm chores done. So we tend to start school a little later. It's really towards the end of August before we start. So that's why we go a little longer. Thank you guys for telling my mom happy birthday. I'm a honey junkie too, but I got to try and do it in moderation, because it's healthier than refined sugar, but it's still sugar, right? Oh, I hate yellow jackets. We have a wasp here that's red, and when it stings you, it doesn't stop stinging you. It stings you continuously until you're able to get it off of you. It's horrible. And those ones we get rid of any way we can. Oh, have you guys seen the crochet wasp nest that you can crochet, and you hang them in different parts of your porch, of your house? and it keeps the wasps away from your porch because they think that it's a real wasp nest. I need to whip some of those up and hang them and see how they work this year. Yes, wasps will kill our honeybees as well. Yep, they will. Yep. Yes, bees are very important. So we have to be really careful. That reminds me, you're out of honey. Heidi, go get yourself some honey, Heidi. Oh my goodness. Hey, Gracie, how are you? Welcome in. It's good to see you. Thank you guys for reminding me that it was 4-H. It was there. I just couldn't pull it out of my filing cabinet. Hi, Mishi. Good to see you. I'm looking for, hey, are you going to be doing your Sunday morning piano playing this Sunday, even though it's Memorial weekend? I love watching her on Sunday mornings, and I like her devotional Thursdays too. I watch her devotional Thursday every Thursday night after dinner, like clockwork. Sometimes I comment, sometimes I don't. Just depends. You won't be crocheting a wasp nest? No, thank you. Well, if it keeps the wasps off your porch, Bonnie, it might be worth your while. I'm just saying. And then what you feel though, you don't feel it with you know how the fiber you use for amigurumis? That's not what you fill it with. You fill it with plastic grocery bags is what you fill it with. And you want the wasp nest to be acrylic, not cotton. Because you don't, in case you get a rainstorm, that I don't know about you, but well, it doesn't happen here in Montana, thankfully, but in Florida, the rain will literally rain sideways sometimes. So you want to make sure that you're using acrylic so that you don't have a heavy, wet cotton wasp nest that's going to sag from your porch ceiling. You need some of those at your mom's place where I can find a tutorial. You know what, Heidi? I'll look for it. I know there's a tutorial here on YouTube. And what I can do is when I find it, I'll post it on my community post section of my channel. And you can find it there. It may take me, you're going to need to give me some time to find it. But as soon as I can find it, I'll post it. Okay. You would love to see the nest finish? Okay. I'll probably start on them. I'm thinking, because I do need to get them done because the wasps were already starting to show up. So I don't know if I'm going to have time to do them this weekend, but I may be able to find time to do them next weekend. And then I'll show you guys what they look like. They're pretty cool, actually. Bonnie says she has a client that bought a bunch of beehives. He's got them at the corner of his lot. He's raising bees. I'm like, oh my Lord, keep them away from me. Oh my goodness. You'll be doing the special American song. Yay! I'm excited to hear it. I'm excited to hear it. Let's see. DC says, I want to review if it works for mahogany wasps. Their mean little burgers have tried to make nests on the corner of my porch. My understanding is that these handmade wasp nests are supposed to work with all wasps, but I don't know. I guess it'd be one of those things, DC, where you'd have to make one and test it out and see if it works. And maybe you need it in a different color, because wasps make different colored nests. Not all wasp nests are like that light creamy color. Some of them are like the mud. I call them mud wasps because they literally use mud. It looks like mud that they've used, or it looks like clay, like that gray clay. So you might need to do it in the color that their nest is for it to work. I don't know if that makes any sense. So he's got a lot of chickens. I love the eggs, so I better get some. You better get some honey so you can continue to get the eggs. I love it. Look, Bunny, local raised honey is really good for your allergies and your sinuses, and it's also good for your health too. It has so many different health benefits. I think next Saturday, I'm going to have to get up though. Oh, I'm going to have to get up early. At our farmers market in Hamilton, that's two towns over, you got to get there early. But I need to get over there and get some local honey because it really is really good for your health. During the wintertime, I use a honey that comes from just over the border in Washington because that's as local as I can get. Um, you get what you can get. But during the spring and summer, I try to get enough honey that will last me through the winter. But between me and my boys, it doesn't seem to last. Even though each year I'll go, okay, well, let me get an extra jar since we didn't make it through the winter last year. It never works. Oh, let's see. Okay, Zoila. Yep. As soon as I get it made, I'll show you guys what it looks like. Misha says she uses honey on buns or on burns. It's an antiseptic. It is, and it's antiviral as well. Yep. Honey is so good for so many things. It is so versatile, but it's got to be local and it's got to be raw, unfiltered honey. So you got to be really careful with what kind of honey you use. You buy honey at the Amish store. It's homegrown. You know what? Dang, Bonnie. I should have thought of that. We have an Amish store right in Stevensville. I could have gotten honey from there locally during the winter time. I totally forgot about that store. Thank you for saying that. I'm going to need to try to remind myself of that. So when we run out, I can just go to the Stevensville Amish store. I mean, my office is in Stevensville. I could just, on a Thursday or whatever. Oh no, I have to pick little man up. I'll have to pick little man up first, and then we can go to the Amish store, pick some up. I totally didn't even think about that. Where are we at? We're at 49 minutes. There's 21 beautiful people watching. By the way, I want to say thank you for those of you that are hanging up out in the treehouse watching from afar, or you're multitasking and you may not be watching. You may be listening in the background. You might be getting stuff done. Thank you for being here and thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. Let's see. Gracie says, I use local Texas raw unfiltered honey from for my coffee every morning. It's good for you. It's good in tea. It's good in oatmeal. I mean, it's good on, like, if you get a burn, you can put it on a burn. I mean, it's good for so many things. I know people that literally will take a teaspoon of honey and eat it every morning. Yep, it's good in tonics too. It's just good for so many things. So many things. Let's see. DC says, um let's see. I buy a lot of things from the Amish store. Most have great prices on spices. You know what? I never thought about looking for spices at the Amish store. I should, because they make their spices handmade. They're not made in a factory. So that's actually a really good idea. DC, thank you for that. I never even thought to buy spices from the Amish store. I like their bread though. Have you had their bread? Oh, their bread is so good. I can't do their white bread. I have to keep to like multi-grain, true multi-grain seed bread. It's delicious. It's so good. And you know what's in the bread because it's ingredients that you can actually pronounce. It doesn't have all that preservative in it and all that other stuff. And Manuela saying hi to Zoila. Jamie says, I just gobbled up honey-coated gluten-free biscuits. Oh, girl. Honey on biscuits. Now you're talking. Now you're talking. Oh, yes, they have really good cheese. They do. Their cheese is delicious. They have a lot of good stuff. Their jams are really good. I love their jams. Their homemade jams. And a lot of them, they know where all the huckleberry fields are up in the mountains, all through the mountains. And they make homemade huckleberry jam. And I'm telling you, it's so good. It's so good. Like you can actually have, sometimes you get a bite of a whole entire huckleberry because sometimes it doesn't completely mash. And I think they might do that on purpose. So good. It's really sweet though, and it's got some sugar content because huckleberries are naturally sweet anyway. So you gotta do. You can't go. You can't eat too much of it, especially if you're watching your sugar levels. You just gotta be mindful because it's so good you can eat the whole jar in one setting. You ever seen the episode of Friends where Joey is sitting in the coffee house with his spoon and he's got jam on his face and he's just eating the jam out of the mason jar? And then Rachel looks at Joey and says, "You're so pretty." Yes, that's how good this huckleberry jam is. You can literally sit at a table with your mason jar and your big spoon and eat it right out of the jar. That's how good it is. You finished your pineapple blanket today? Very nice. Are you going to do a video of it so we can see it? Yeah. So if you guys want to drop your link, type the word friends in the chat and Nightbot will share your link so people can go check you out. Jamie says, I've been crazy for sourdough bread from the farmer's market I've been at a vendor at. It's been a long time since I've had sourdough bread, but my friend Liz, she makes sourdough bread. And her family just gobbles it up. And I keep asking her, I need her to show me how to make it. I don't know how to make sourdough bread. I guess it would depend on what kind of flour she uses, though, whether or not I could eat it. Jamie, huckleberries are pretty much only found in parts of the United States that have very high elevated mountains, very, very tall mountains. I do believe, I want to say Tennessee has huckleberries. It's either Tennessee or Kentucky or maybe both that where you can find huckleberries. You can find huckleberries definitely in Montana, here in Montana in the mountain ranges. Definitely Yellowstone. You can find them in the mountains of Washington and you can find them in the mountains of Oregon. And I don't know about California, North California. I'm not sure. It all because they have to grow in high elevation. It's not huckleberries. You can't grow them in your backyard. Like they're really, really high up. And you have to try to get to them before the bears do because the bears, they live off those huckleberries. They live off them. So definitely when you go huckleberry picking, you have to bring bear spray and you have to be packing, if you know what I mean. And you have to go during the certain part of the day. Bonnie says, I love to get apple butter there. Oh, yes, I love apple butter. Oh, man, it's been so long since I've had some homemade apple butter. I don't like the apple butter that you get from the grocery store. Blech. I like the good stuff, the handmade, homemade apple butter. So good. You saw the episode with Joey eating the jam? Yes. I love that episode. Love it. I do. I love that episode. Manuela dropped her link. So you guys go check her out because I'm hoping she's going to drop the video of that pineapple blanket so we can see it. I want to see it. I'm very excited to see it. DC says, I got a large mason jar of pink Himalayan salt from the Amish store under $5. You know what? I need to get me some more. I'm all out. Just ran out last week and it lasted almost 2 years. It will last a long time. Pink Himalayan salt, it'll last a long time because a very little of it goes a long way because it has a stronger taste and it's more condensed, I guess you can say. And so you don't have to use near as much as you would have to use just traditional salt. Bonnie, she says, everybody loves sourdough bread, but I don't like it. I'm not fond of it. There's a lot of people that I know that don't like sourdough bread. They don't like the taste of it. I like the taste of it, but it has to be, I can't eat it if it's made with like the white flour, like the white bleach flour. I have to stay away from that stuff. And I don't know. It's been a long time. I haven't met anyone here that does sourdough bread using multigrain flour yet. I haven't met someone who has been able to do that because traditionally that's not how sourdough bread is made. But you can make it with unbleached flour. And if they make it with unbleached flour, then I can eat it. I just can't have a lot of it. I could just have a little. Poquito. Let's see. Bonnie says, I live in the mountains while in Ozarks. I say they're mountains. They say, you think they're mountains because you're from Chicago, LOL. They're probably more like really tall hills. If your mountains are not more than 5,000 feet above sea level, they're not mountains. They're hills. You need sourdough starter. I've always wanted to make it. Yep. Yep, you do need sourdough starter in order to make it. Oh, you did post a video already? Oh, yay. You uploaded it this morning. Good. I will be watching that tonight. Huckleberries grow in eastern Tennessee. Okay, so I was right. I thought it was Tennessee. And I still want to say the mountains of Kentucky possibly, but definitely Tennessee. So I'm glad I was right. Yes, bare huckleberries are in the Appalachia, Tennessee, North and South Carolina, and Georgia. Yeah, high up if you have a mountain that's high in elevation, chances are you're going to have huckleberries up there because that's where they grow. Yeah, you got to use it sparingly because it's got a very strong taste and it's very condensed. It's not like that. It's not like fine regular iodized salt. It's very different and it has a very distinct flavor to it as well. And I've heard from many people that it's healthier than regular salt. So I need to grow huckleberries for the bears when I have property. You're not going to be able to grow huckleberries, Joy, unless you live way, 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 way high up in elevation. And huckleberries bushes, they're not the kind of thing that you can transplant either. They don't like being transplanted. Trust me, if they could be transplanted and grown, everybody here in the valley would be growing them on their farms and in their gardens. So they are truly a wild growing vegetation. No one's been able to grow it in the lower elevations where people live. You'd have to really live off grid, way high up in the mountains to be able to grow huckleberries, unfortunately. Trust me, I have researched and researched. Now they have these huckleberry bushes that you can grow, but they're not true huckleberries. They're like like a genetic, what do you call it? GMO, genetically modified kind of bush. And I don't know about you, but I don't do anything GMO. So if it's not natural and not and grown naturally out in nature and it's been produced in a lab, it ain't growing on my property. Those are the only kind of huckleberries that you can grow is the genetically modified huckleberry bushes, and those are not true huckleberries. They don't taste the same either. I've heard from many people they taste sour. Blueberries are sweeter than those bushes. And I don't even know if the bears would eat them. I don't know. Let's see. I'm going to catch up with the chat for a little bit. Jamie says she hears mixed reviews about the pink salt. Some say it has heavy metals in them. Yeah, I've heard that too. I have heard that. I'm going to be honest though, Jamie, there's heavy metals in did you know there's heavy metals in cinnamon? There is, especially the McCormick cinnamon. There's heavy metals in cinnamon. There's heavy metals in rice. There's heavy metals in a lot of our food because there's metals in our groundwater, and that's what's going to happen to your food and your spices and your trees. You're going to have heavy metals in your stuff because it's in the groundwater and it's in the water falling from the sky as well, right? So it's going to be pretty hard to get away from heavy metals. That's why a lot of people drink tonics now to rid their body of the heavy metals that are in their body. DC says that where she lives, where it is high in elevation because it's right before the Tennessee plateau, that elevation is 1,100 feet, and people call our hill a mountain. Yeah, that's not a mountain. That's a hill. I mean, where my cabin's sitting right now, I'm 4,000 above sea level. And I'm at the base of our mountain. So you can only imagine how high our mountain is. Like it's tall. It's big. It's a big mountain. We use kosher salt here too, Bonnie. We use kosher salt, we use sea salt. You know, it's been a long time since I've used Himalayan salt. We had some left, um, and it's gone now. And just haven't had time to buy any more. But we're big on sea salt. Is really easy to cook with, and kosher salt I find is easy to cook with, and that's pretty much our biggest staple. But like I said, you guys, you're going to have heavy metals and everything. It's going to be in your fruit. It's going to be because it's in the groundwater. You can't get away from it. Yeah, it's everywhere, Zola. Sad to say. Yes, there is arsenic in rice as well. Not just heavy metals, but arsenic. So we do brown rice, but it's in moderation. Um, and even with our dogs, I do um, organic brown rice. But even in organic brown rice, you're still going to have metal problems. The arsenic's not going to be as bad because of where it's grown, but you're still going to have those issues. And I do put some rice in the dog's food, not a lot. Their dog food is mostly meat, a little bit of vegetables, a little bit of berries, some sardines, and then a little bit of either oatmeal or brown rice. One of those. Sometimes quinoa. Sometimes I get organic quinoa and put quinoa in their food. But look, y'all, there's poison in our food. There is, and it's worldwide. You can't get away from it, unfortunately. So you just have to eat everything in moderation and do the best you can do. That's all you can do, right? Let's see. You use Redmond real salt, kosher salt, and Morton iodized salt, says Gracie. Yeah, there's all kinds of salt out there. Oh yeah, Zoil. You never heard that that rice has arsenic? Girl, yes. You gotta be careful where you buy your rice. As long as you're healthy and easy, all things in moderation, your body will filter out the toxins. They will. And my uncle, he does well. Now my uncle's really tall and he's a big guy, right? Like he's my mother's half brother. And I just found out last night. My mom shared the news with my uncle about what's going on with me, the other thing I have going on with me, because a hysterectomy is not enough. And he had the same issue that I'm having right now. And he also had horrible kidney stones constantly. And so his doctor, and the doctors don't usually do this, you guys. His doctor told him to go, and he said this is the only brand that will work. He told his doctor told him to go get Bragg's apple cider vinegar. It has to be Bragg's, nothing else. And for his weight and his height, to do 2 tablespoons of vinegar in an 8-ounce glass of water and drink that every day, once a day. Totally restored his kidneys. He hasn't had a kidney stone in years, and he does that every morning before he eats. Every morning. It also helps regulate his blood sugar and his blood pressure, is what my mom was telling me. And so I texted my uncle. I'm like, well, did you change your diet as well as drinking that? And he said, nope, he didn't change one thing about his diet. So there you go. He told it rids the toxins in your body naturally. It filters all the toxins out, and it restored his kidneys. Full functioning. His kidneys are full functioning. No medication, no prescription drugs. That is all he did. So there's that. It's the mother in the vinegar. It is MommaSwift. Yep. That's why his doctor said Bragg's only. Yep. I'm going to go to the store and get me some today. Did you guys know that Bragg's vinegar can help with, they say apple cider vinegar, period, can help with weight loss? I didn't know that. And I definitely didn't know that it helps regulate your blood sugar. And y'all know, I was close to being pre-diabetic the last lab test I had. Now, she didn't share what my sugar level was with this blood test I just took. I'll find out on the 6th of June when I go in, but I didn't know that. I had no idea. It also helps those of us who have GERD. I have GERD, and my mother has GERD too. And it helps with that. It does all kinds of things. Also, did you know that apple cider vinegar helps with acne? You have to dilute it in water and you use it as an astringent, and it helps with acne. It helps with your skin. What? It's crazy. I don't know if I can handle the smell though, because man, I'm going to tell you that apple cider vinegar is a small smell. I'm going to have to do this when I drink it. Like, and I was told to put a little bit of local honey in, drink it with warm water. So for me, because I'm not as tall as my uncle. I'm a lot shorter than he is, and my stature's a lot smaller. So I'm just going to do a tablespoon in a 10-ounce cup, coffee cup. And it did say, I did some research, and it did say it's easier to drink it if you do it in warm water with a little bit of honey. So, hey, Sandra, how are you? Funny how natural remedies work, right? She says, hello. Sandra, I told Sanita that her little cactus amigurumi that she made with the big pink lips, I told her she needs to name it Queen Sandra. And that's y'all missed it. So Sandra had these lips, right? And she was wearing them. I can't remember whose live it was. I don't know if it was Sanita's live, if it was, Sandra, I can't remember, or was it Mara's live? It was somebody's live. I can't remember whose live it was, but she was wearing these lips. And I was laughing so hard, I about piddled myself. My face hurt. I was laughing so hard. Anyway, so Sanita sends this picture through our members chat, and it's a little amigurumi cactus. Well, it looks like a cactus to me, and it has these big pink lips. And the first thing I thought of was that live with Sandra and those lips. It's hilarious. It was hilarious. Yep. Research it. I read about it last night. My mind was blown. I was like, you can use that as an astringent. Now the smell was going to be strong though. I don't know if you're gonna be able to handle the smell, Jamie. So you may want to play around with how much you put in the water, because apple vinegar, man, woo, it'll knock you to your feet. It's got a strong smell. It'll burn the nose hairs in your nose if you have any. Hey, Leslie. Rumi, I've been drinking that every morning for weight loss. Hadn't seen a real difference. She uses room temp water and lemon with it. I did hear though that it helps with weight loss. I think it also, I don't think you can just eat whatever you want and drink it and expect to lose weight either. You're going to have to make some lifestyle changes. You're going to have to exercise a little bit. You're going to have to watch what you eat, It does. It has a strong smell. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to try and do it. Yeah, it helps the gut. Yep. It helps the acid levels in the gut. And it has good bacteria in it. Helps get rid of the bad bacteria too, from my understanding. Sandra's laughing. It was hilarious. Let's see, Leslie, you put the lemon in the vinegar and it helps with the taste. That's why I always did it that way. Yeah, that same thing with the honey. Yeah, she said nothing helps with the smell. You just got to down it. At first it was Ivy. Okay, it was Ivy, and then it was Sanita. I couldn't remember whose live it was. It was hilarious, you guys. You need to go back to, I can't remember. It wasn't this last week's live. I can't remember. Was it the week before, Sandra? Y'all need to go look up that live and watch it. It was hilarious. It was so funny. Add cinnamon and honey to ACV with a touch of lemon juice. It doesn't taste too bad, and it does great thing. Oh, thank you, because the the cinnamon I have is an organic cinnamon, and it had a really good rating as far as the level of lead in it. It's a very small amount of lead. and it's the best. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I spent a lot of money on that cinnamon, but at least I know what the lead level is in that cinnamon. And so, and I have plenty of it, so I'll definitely do that. I don't have any lemon juice though. I'll need to go get me some lemon juice while I'm at the store today, but I'll try that. I have acid reflux, Leslie, but it's supposed to help with acid reflux. You've got to really, 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 really dilute it. Really dilute it. Like, you know how some salad dressings have apple cider, apple cider vinegar in it? That's not diluted enough, and it's going to cause you problems. But if you do it the right way, it shouldn't affect. It should actually improve your acid reflux, not make it worse. Yep, it's called Bragg's, Braggs. Yeah, water and baking soda will help with acid reflux too. Yep, yep, it sure will. That's another natural remedy that works. All right, you guys. Hey, does anyone know if Jax is live? I'm past my hour. Hey, Firefly, you just woke up? Apple cider vinegar is available in capsules. Yeah, I don't think I want to do that. I don't know I don't know how concentrated that is, and I don't know what's all in, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to go with the Bragg's. I don't trust, there's very few things I trust that's in a capsule. I'm just going to tell you. She did a post, so she's not going live today. Pricey, but better than health issues. 100%. Oh, no. Her grandmother passed away this morning. Oh, my God. Oh, Jaxie. Oh, her grandmother passed away this morning, you guys. Oh, well, I don't know about you all, but I'm going to head over there once we head out of here, and I'm going to just throw some purple hearts her way and rain purple hearts on her post. That's hard when you lose a loved one like that. Let's see. What caused your reflux, DC? I had low stomach acid and caused gallstones. What did? Thank you for letting me know, Sandra. Hey, oodles and caboodles, how are you? So much vinegar, cinnamon, and honey. Do you see? Is there a recipe? Did she say how much cinnamon and honey to put in? Well, with my honey, I'm just gonna drizzle a little honey in there. I'm not gonna do more than a teaspoon of honey. And same with my cinnamon, because the cinnamon I have is pretty strong. So I'll literally probably only put like 1/4 teaspoon in it because my cinnamon is strong. Same with the lemon juice. I'm just gonna do like 1 or 2 little squirts because lemon juice, I gotta be careful with lemon juice because it can hurt my stomach. Let's see. Oh, okay. The low stomach acids is what causes your reflux and gallstone. Okay. Just do it to taste. Just a little of whatever you want to make it taste to the point where you can bear it, says Bonnie. Yeah, just do a little bit at a time, and take a sip and see if it's where you want it. The cinnamon, a little cinnamon goes a long, long way. Same with like the lemon juice and the honey. Oh, it's Jaxie's mother-in-law that passed away. It's her mother-in-law. Thank you, MommaSwift, for the correction. Oh my goodness. Oh, Trish. Oh, our Jaxie. Oh, that's going to be rough. That's rough stuff. All right. Blanket, hello, says Oodles. Okay, you guys, we are at an hour and 16 minutes. I am past my time. So I'm going to head over to Jaxie's post and I'm going to let it rain purple hearts. And I will see you guys hold your nose and drink it and get it over with. That's what I plan to do. I'm going to head over to Jaxie's post and rain it and make it rain purple hearts, you guys. Yeah, cinnamon is hard to mix. I put the cinnamon in first with the hot water, and that seems to help. All right, I'm going to play the exit video. I don't know where I'll be in the YouTube streets. I may not be in the YouTube streets until later on tonight because I need to go to the grocery store right after I get done with this. I'm going to go post some love over at Jaxie's post, let it rain purple hearts, and then I got to head into town. So I may not be on the YouTube streets until later tonight. I'm going to be doing a separate video of my luck of the draw 10 blankets as far as the progress. And then I'm going to also do a video of the baby blanket I'm working on, and I'll be getting that posted. That probably won't post until probably Monday or Tuesday. Hey, Susan. And that's pretty much all I got going on here. Thank you for posting Jax's link, Zoila, so we can all go over to her post and make it rain purple hearts so she feels the love. And then just keep Jaxie and her family, her husband, keep them all in your prayers as they mourn the death of her mother-in-law. That's really rough. It's really, really rough. So I've been there, lost my dad. So I know when you lose a family member like that, it hurts. It hurts the heart. So make it rain, you guys, make it rain. And we'll see you guys soon. Okay. I love you guys. Thank you guys for hanging out here, and I'll see you around during the week. Okay. Enjoy your Memorial weekend and be safe out there. Bye, everybody. Hugs and kisses.